Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. Now I've been trying to get away from doing the intros, but I haven't had a whole lot of success with that. So I'm going to have to go back into doing that again, but I'm going to try and keep this as short as I possibly can. I apologize for how infrequently we've been posting videos the last few weeks. Been working a whole bunch of extra shifts, and then I went in and had eye surgery, so I've been recovering from that and still am. But hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we're going to get back to our usual routine of having a decent number of videos coming out for you guys, especially all those exclusive videos for our patrons. We're really trying to focus on giving you guys some awesome content. So for anybody that is interested in that, just go ahead and check the description of the video down below. And I've had quite a few questions, even though we've had this system in place for a little while, quite a few questions on how you can, how our fans can tip us or show appreciation to us, and you can buy us a cup of coffee. We set up a quote-unquote tip jar for that. Again, just check the description of the video down below if you're curious about that. Otherwise, hope you guys are enjoying things. Please email us with anything, strategies you would like to see, questions you may have, videos you would like to see. If you would like to see us do the true crime stuff again, or just the mob stories on Vegas, or the history of Vegas, or restaurants, anything you might like to see from us, please shoot me an email, sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. We love shooting this stuff for you guys. Otherwise, we're going to jump right into today's video. So for today's video, I want to go back to a subject that we haven't really touched on in a little while. It's going to be a video or two on dealing. So I think today we'll probably do a couple on dealing. And don't forget, everybody, our regularly scheduled live streams are starting soon, kicking off with this first one coming up this Tuesday at 2 o'clock. That'll be our monthly charity one. Then after that, we'll be going into our tournaments and such like that. So for today's dealing one, I want to go over... excuse me, folks, still got that that cold I've been fighting. I want to go over the some of the things, again, not a comprehensive list, that I really wish dealers would stop doing, especially in regards to with the players, or interactions with the players, or things that they do with the players. Some of them are not necessarily procedural things. Some most definitely are procedural things that have been dropped, been kind of slid to the wayside. So the first one I want to start off with are come bets. One of the things that I'm not a big fan of, I mean, it's perfect procedure, and there's certainly nothing wrong with it, but if we pay off this 8 and then drop it off, first off, I hate seeing that bet squeezed. Secondly, I hate when it's left out there, even though that's the proper procedure, when you have either one, an elderly player or somebody really short that has trouble reaching, 2, somebody that's really been taking care of the dealers, or 3, when you have a big mess, and that occurs over here. Sometimes you have 3 players that are all playing come bets, and a lot of times, so they may actually be doing different amounts. So you've got 3 players playing come bets, and you get that number to roll. So, we bring the first one out, then we bring the second one out, and then we bring the third one out. I hate that. Absolutely hate that. Some dealers will drop one off and point. And then by the time they get to the next one, hopefully that one's been picked up, and then they'll point. There is nothing wrong with delivering it to the players. If you know they're doing come bets, you can leave their new come bet out. If they've been very consistent with their come bets, you can leave their new come bet out, but there's nothing wrong with delivering it out to the player. Yes, it's not the technical proper procedure, but so what? Who cares? In this particular case, it's a customer service thing. You're actually doing more for the player than is required. Now some places, every so often you get a really pedantic box that might say, don't do that, you just leave it out in the come. Don't take care. Basically what you get is you get the box equivalent of a burnt out dealer. You get that box that hates all the players, like burnout dealers. You got those burnout dealers that absolutely hate all the players, and they act like it. So I absolutely hate seeing dealers do stuff like that, especially the big mess. I hate the big mess and seeing that. Another one that I absolutely cannot stand. Out in the field, you've got a rainbow bet and a 12 rolls. So you'll see some dealers that will do that. Actually, that makes it too easy. So let's do it this way. You'll see some dealers that will do this, and this just absolutely drives me crazy. They pay each individual one because they are incapable of doing the math, which, okay, that's fine. That's fine. If that's how you want to do it because you're unable to do the math, okay, you should be able to do the math to be a dealer for this game, but all right, whatever. And I can even, instead of doing that because I want to show you guys, I'll do it properly this way. So, a good dealer should be able to look at this and go, okay, they've got a $74 bet. So if we triple that, they're going to get paid $222. They should get paid $222. And what do we have here? $222. Okay, so the dealer did pay it correctly. So there is, again, technically nothing wrong with doing this. We tell people if you're not able to do it, just kind of split it up. But here's the problem. When you leave it like that, if you break it down, once you have paid it, stack their stuff back up. You definitely stack up payments because that's how we deliver them, right? So why would you leave it out, make it harder for the player to pick up because you are unable to do the simple math? It makes no sense to me. And to me, it's also just flat out rude. There's so many dealers that do these little things. I mean, if I was a player and the dealer did that, it's not going to make me in my head go, oh, well, no tip for them. But there's also nothing about how they are dealing to me that makes me want to start throwing them random tips right away. I always tip the dealers. Usually I'll have bets out for them, plus I will tip them at the end when I leave, either coloring up or whatever little bit I have left when I decide to leave. I make sure I keep enough for the dealers. But I will also, if they're really taking care of us, they're doing a fantastic job, I'll definitely be throwing. I mean, something like this, if I hit something like this, there's a good chance that's going to be for the dealers right there. Right? But not if it's just a scattered mess that now I have to pick up when it should just all be stacked up properly for me. There's absolutely no reason to do that. It's just sheer laziness. And oftentimes, it's because the dealer thinks that multicolored bet's a pain in the butt, and since the player gave me a pain in the butt bet, I'm going to give them a pain in the butt payout. Yeah, that's a real fantastic dealer there. Good job. Another one that I really wish dealers would stop doing, throwing change to players. Don't throw chips to players, ever. Stop doing that. That is a big no-no. That is a huge no-no. Never, ever, 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 ever throw chips to players. No, 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 no. That also applies with things like sliding chips to players, doing that, or doing that. No. Hand it off. Hand it off. And on that subject, I cannot stand a lazy dealer. And I'm not talking about some procedural things that I've talked about in other videos, and I'm sure I'll talk about again. I mean as far as handing out payouts to the players. The proper way to hand out a place bet is behind the pass line, in front of the player. Behind the pass line, in front of the player. You will have these incredibly lazy dealers that, one, they don't heel it off anymore, but they'll do that. That's a betting area. You just put their money in a betting area. Were they to leave that there, it would look like a bet. Especially, I've seen dealers that do that. It's in front of the player, sure, but they do that. That is a betting area. If the player left that there, that will count as a bet on the next roll. If they didn't see it, if they weren't paying attention, right? Behind the pass line. And what I'll get, sometimes it's a lazy dealer. A lot of times it's one that's a little bit shorter, is standing on a box. Well, we're so glad that you went and got one of the boxes to stand on so you can still not reach the players. I worked with someone that was about 4'7", and she was hands down one of the greatest dealers I've ever met in my life. And she was the total package between talking and interacting with the guests, all the proper procedures, proper payouts, and handing things off. She didn't fall back on the I'm short excuse, because that's what it is. It's a freaking excuse. If you can't reach back there, it's amazing that the dealer can reach back there to, say, pick up the losing bets, grab their odds. if you can't reach back there, then you can't do this job. And don't be a dice dealer, go deal blackjack. Because that is part of the job, period, dot. I've also seen those same types of lazy dealers that, if we can, when I'm the stick person, if I can, on a 7-out, I'm going to grab that bet for them, if I can. But maybe I'm watching that side. Maybe the dice are landing over there. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm not grabbing that because I'm paying attention to the other side of the table, right? I've seen dealers that can reach there. They just have to stretch a little bit, but they can reach there. Instead, wave to the players like, hey, hand me your losing bets. Do my job for me. No way. Are you kidding me? Like, that's just, I can't stand seeing dealers do that kind of stuff. It just drives me nuts. So I hope you guys find this, interesting, illuminating, enlightening. Again, this is by no means a comprehensive list. Just a few small things that I really wish dealers would stop doing. And thank you everybody for tuning in. We hope to see you guys Tuesday at 2 o'clock for our first regularly scheduled live stream, and even bigger for our first charity live stream. And otherwise, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivinglv@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, also please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area,
please email me and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love the help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.